A local bank is robbed. No witnesses emerge, and the bank's president mysteriously vanishes. The peaceful town is suddenly thrust into a nightmare. The silence screams for answers. Authorities quickly assemble a team. Federal agents lead the charge. Investigators search for clues, determined to crack the case. With each passing day, tension builds. What happened to the bank president? Did the robbers take him? As the mystery deepens, the town lives in fear. The investigation takes unexpected turns. Friends become suspects. Secrets unravel beneath the surface of small-town charm. As agents dig deeper, a body is discovered. The shocking revelation shakes the community. Every clue reveals new evidence. Timelines are set, and alibis are tested. The town watches, anxiously awaiting a breakthrough. As they delve into hidden relationships, motives are uncovered. Local bank tellers reveal strange activities before the heist. Just who can be trusted? Desperation rises with each day that passes. Citizens rally together, hoping for safety. Fear grips even the strongest individuals. Tonality shifts from quaint to unnerving. Finally, federal agents gather everyone. The pieces start clicking into place. Who had the most to gain from the heist? A surprising twist waits on the horizon. Slowly, the investigation narrows. Patterns emerge, leading them to primary suspects. The small town is no longer a safe haven. Amidst tension, the truth surfaces. Associates and friends are called to testify. Secrets buried long ago begin to rise. In the end, justice seeks to prevail. With pressure mounting, a suspect is arrested. The town can breathe again, but at what cost? This narrative shows us how deception lurks nearby. Even small communities can hide unexpected dangers. Now that you've learned about this shocking heist, share your thoughts below. What would you have done if you were in that town? Don't forget to subscribe for more gripping stories. In the days following the arrest, whispered conversations filled the air as townsfolk gathered at the local diner, their eyes darting nervously. "Can you believe it?" a woman exclaimed, gripping her coffee cup tightly. "We thought we knew everyone so well." Another patron, leaning closer, added, "Trust has been shaken. How could this happen in our little town?" The weight of uncertainty lay heavy on their shoulders, as they sought solace in shared fears and speculations about what else might be lurking beneath their seemingly tranquil surface. Seated at the counter, an elderly man, previously a fixture of the community, suddenly interjected, "You know, this isn't the first time things have gone wrong here. I remember back in '82 when..." He trailed off, glancing around the diner as if expecting someone to challenge his recollection. The murmurs ceased as all eyes turned toward him, the tension thickening like fog. "There was a darkness back then too, nothing ever really went away," he finished solemnly. The atmosphere shifted, with eyes reflecting a newfound wariness, as old wounds awakened amidst fresh fears. In the following days, the atmosphere grew increasingly tense. Days turned into restless nights, filled with anxious dreams and unresolved questions that haunted the townsfolk. An unsettling sense of paranoia clawed at them, twisting wooden porch swings in the twilight. Children whispered tales of courage and fear with wide, innocent eyes, but parents exchanged anxious glances, worrying they could never shield their families from an invisible menace. "What if it happens again?" one mother whispered to her friend, her voice barely audible over the clinking of silverware. The friend nodded, holding her breath, as memories of that fateful day replayed like a nightmare, lingering in their minds. Meanwhile, shadows of doubt crept deeper, causing once warm conversations to fizzle into silence. Everyone became a suspect in their own lives, their neighbors, their friends, their communities. Nothing felt certain anymore as unease wove itself into the very fabric of their daily existence. As the week wore on, a palpable tension hung in the air. One evening, the local sheriff held a meeting at the town hall, desperate to address the growing fears. "We need to come together," he urged, his voice steady yet grave. "We can't let fear divide us. We must look out for one another, share information, and remain vigilant." A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd, but doubts lingered in the hearts of many. The sheriff's plea echoed in their minds as they left the meeting, but trust had frayed. As neighbors glanced at one another, the atmosphere was charged with unspoken accusations. The tight-knit community slowly transformed into a web of suspicion, where every smile could hide a secret, and every friendly gesture cast a shadow of doubt. Amidst the tension, a young boy named Tommy, who had always been curious, decided to explore the town late at night, driven by an instinctual need for answers. Armed with only a small flashlight, he wandered down the quiet, dimly lit streets, each creak of the old houses echoing in his ears like whispers of the past. As he approached the bank, he paused, glancing up at its imposing facade, the shadows playing tricks with his imagination. What secrets lay hidden within those walls? The moon hung high, illuminating the bank's entrance where dark shadows lingered, making Tommy's heart race. He edged closer, recalling the hushed conversations of adults, their wary glances at one another. A faint rustle drew his attention, and he turned, shining his flashlight towards the sound. To his surprise, a stray cat darted from behind a bush, its eyes gleaming in the night as it meowed softly, breaking the heavy silence around him. That moment of distraction gave Tommy pause. He wondered if he'd find companionship in his search. However, the weight of the town's anxiety pulled him back, urging him to focus on the mystery at hand. Drawing a deep breath, he approached the bank's rear entrance, where the unease of the townsfolk seemed almost palpable in the air. "I just need to know," he murmured to himself, determination flaring in his chest like the flicker of his flashlight. With each step closer, he prepared to confront whatever truths lay lurking in the shadows. As Tommy reached the bank's rear entrance, he noticed that the door was slightly ajar, inviting yet foreboding. Taking a deep breath, he gently pushed it open, the rusty hinges creaking ominously in the stillness of the night. Inside, the darkness wrapped around him like a thick blanket, swallowing the faint light from his flashlight. He stepped cautiously onto the worn floor, the faint scent of dust and something else, something metallic, filled his nostrils. Each step felt heavier, echoing his increasing heartbeat, as he ventured deeper into the bank's forgotten halls. Suddenly, a whisper caught his ear, barely audible yet unmistakable. It sent shivers down his spine, but he pressed on, determination overriding fear. "What secrets are you hiding?" he whispered to the shadows, gripping the flashlight tightly, ready to uncover whatever awaited him in the depths of this mystery. The air inside the bank felt thick and alive with suspense as Tommy ventured further, his eyes darting to every corner, soaking in the remains of a place once filled with life. Shadows danced on the walls as his flashlight beam flickered, illuminating remnants of forgotten times. A desk stood askew, papers scattered like fallen leaves, hinting at hasty departures. With cautious hands, he brushed aside the debris, uncovering a crumpled envelope faintly marked with initials he recognized from town. Confusion swallowed him momentarily. What was it doing here? Clutching the envelope, he noticed it was slightly open, as though it were waiting to reveal secrets. Heart racing, he pulled out a weathered piece of paper and scanned the faded writing, each word unlocking a puzzle piece to the mystery. "Meet me after dark, bring the money," it read ominously, fueling Tommy's curiosity even further as he wondered what this meant for the town and those he loved. The implications seeped through him like ink on paper, igniting a fierce determination to unravel the truth hidden within these walls. Suddenly, a sound reverberated through the empty building, footsteps, firm and deliberate, seizing Tommy's breath in his throat as he froze in place, caught between the grip of fear and the thrill of discovery. Tommy held his breath, straining to listen as the footsteps drew nearer, echoing ominously in the stillness of the bank. Panic surged through him, but curiosity held him captive. He couldn't turn back now. The light from his flashlight flickered as he shifted, trying to blend into the shadows, hoping to remain unseen. The footsteps paused just outside the door, and a low voice murmured, barely audible. "They'll never find it," it said, laced with contempt, sending chills down Tommy's spine. His heart raced as he realized the magnitude of what he was witnessing. The darkness he had ventured into wasn't merely a void, it was alive, filled with danger and secrets that could change everything. Desperation gripped him, he had to hear more. Carefully, he leaned closer, the fragile envelope still clutched tightly in his hand, feeling the weight of the unfolding mystery swirl around him like the dust motes dancing in the beam of light. With bated breath, Tommy strained to catch every word, trying to decipher the significance of the hidden conversation. "If they knew the plan, we'd be done for," the voice continued, dripping with malice. Tommy's pulse thundered in his ears as he battled with instinct. Should he reveal himself or remain hidden? The room around him felt charged with electricity, the possibility of discovery more thrilling than terrifying. He shifted slightly to get a better angle, determined not to miss anything as the shadows closed in around him, cloaking him in their veil. Suddenly, the door creaked open wider, revealing a tall figure stepping inside, silhouetted against the moonlit sky, their face obscured. Tommy's heart raced as he recognized the jacket, the logo faintly illuminated by his flashlight. It belonged to one of the town's very own. Fear gripped him, but the tantalizing pull of uncovering the truth pushed him onward, urging him to stay put and listen intently. "We need to be careful," the figure warned, glancing around cautiously. "The boy can't be trusted, and we have to ensure he doesn't find out." An icy realization washed over Tommy. He was no longer just a spectator. This secret was his to embrace, and he knew, regardless of danger, he couldn't turn away now. With newfound resolve, Tommy clutched the envelope tighter, its weight symbolizing the gravity of what he'd stumbled upon. The figure in the jacket moved deeper into the bank, oblivious to Tommy's presence, drawing the boy into a web of treachery and peril. "We'll need to cover our tracks," the figure insisted, their tone sharp and urgent. Tommy's mind raced. He realized this was his chance to uncover the truth, a truth that would change everything in the town he loved. The next morning, Tommy awoke with a fire in his belly, determined to unravel the tangled web he had stumbled into. As he presented his findings to his closest friend, Lissay, her eyes sparkled with fear and excitement. "We have to tell someone," she urged, "but who can we trust?" Together, they vowed to investigate further, knowing the town's